What is up, guys? Control here. In today's video is going to be a list that hit rank 1 Masters. It is a Nightfall Nocturne Diana deck. I feel like these two champions are ones that were a little bit underrated by a lot of people going into the expansion. Remember when I did my review stream, I really rated all of the Nightfall cards quite highly, with the exception of the 6-mana elusive one, the Cygnus. But a lot of people disagreed. I feel like Diana was one that a lot of people thought would be decent, but Nocturne I feel like a lot of people thought was trash. And man, I am glad that is not true. I definitely didn't prove it myself because I didn't really try to grind super early and just come up with really strong decks to kind of just like zoom up ladder, kind of just been focusing more on fun. But I'm glad that Nick took the time to hit rank 1 Masters with this Nightfall deck. Anyways, let's jump into it and go over it, see what really it's all about. So when you look at the deck, what you do right away is you basically just type Nightfall in and you put all the Nightfall synergy cards in because they're really, really strong, right? You have a couple of these that can be a little bit tough to play by themselves, but cards like the Duskbringer do help you a lot with the Dusk Petal Dust to kind of just allow you to get Nightfall online. But you will have hands quite often with this deck where you're running primarily just Nightfall cards, and you're going to have to just play a Nightfall card to activate another Nightfall card. And that kind of sucks. But at least you have some of the Nightfall cards that are a little bit less relevant getting their buff, like, you know, the Shadestalker is not always that important to have the buff, or, you know, sometimes the Onlooker can be just like a 2-1 on defense that you can just play. So that's fine, but you will get locked with your hands sometimes where you're going to be drawing a lot of Priestesses or Doom Beasts and no activators, which can suck. That being said, now we get on to the more important part as far as building the deck goes, and this is where I think that Nick made a lot of good decisions, was kind of in the cards to activate the Nightfall. So first up, Triple Fading Memories. I absolutely love this card. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you're going to know it's one that I've been a big fan of for a long time, and he definitely finds a very nice home in this list. Going to play this sweet little mirror, copy all of your little 1-drops, or even some of the bigger cards like the Lunari Priestess for a lot of value in slower matchups. Very flexible, very strong, can be used on your opponent's cards or yours, and is super juiced up in this deck. Next up, you have the Solari Soldier. Very, very obvious inclusion as well. This is a very solid Daybreak card, so it starts to round off as a 1-mana 3/3. You know, I don't like to play this on turn 1 a lot of time. I like to play this in addition to a lot of these other cards. It's very strong on evens when you have like a Solari Soldier on 2, plus a Stygian Onlooker afterwards for the Nightfall, because I mean, it's 7 power on round 2. Very easy way to just start games off and kind of just, you know, catapult yourself into a victory very quickly. You also have one of the most obvious inclusions I'd say as well, Stalking Shadows. This one is a very straightforward inclusion. What you do is you get to basically choose from 4 followers in hand. Out of like 25 games or so, I only had this whiff once. It's very, very likely to hit with the amount of followers we have. We're looking at 22 followers overall, 6 champions. Those don't count because it only works for followers, not champs. And then 12 spells. So this will hit most of the time. And I mean, if you do have one that you're playing, obviously it's only 11 spells in the deck's max. And so it's pretty likely to hit. And it's like, you know, sub 5%, not 2 on average. So don't worry about this card not hitting. It almost always will. And when it does, it's very good. I generally prefer to pick cheaper units like the Stygian Onlooker. I've had games where literally on turn 3, I'm not joking, I have attacked for 12 damage with 3 Stygian Onlookers. And this has happened 4 or 5 times now. It is absolutely broken. This is one of my favorite cards, and it is just a turbo broken aggro early game card to 1, push so much damage, and 2, actually get your Nocturne leveled up at a very quick pace. So I'd say look for aggressive lines with that. But even if you're not playing super aggressively, just getting like 2 Crescent Guardians for the Overwhelm is insane. 2 Doom Beasts for the Drain is really, really good. Or 2 Priestesses for value is really nuts too. There really isn't any way you can go wrong with Stalking Shadows. It's just quite good. Other than that, you don't have too many activators really. The rest of the deck is basically just Nightfall. So those are kind of like the core ones. But they do work pretty well. So look for these activators in your hand. You don't want to just be mulling for straight up Nightfall. I would say that, you know, you really want to have these Soldiers, the Duskbringers, the Fading Memories, and the Stalking Shadows in your hand. Those are, you know, most of the core mulligan cards. I think in a lot of matchups, Diana gets pretty good too, so look for her. But I would say that this is not a very straightforward deck to mulligan with. I think it's one that you really need to be thinking about your opponent's deck and what they're playing. In some matchups, for example, you won't really want Diana because there's nothing you're going to be challenging early. But, you know, in other ones you will. So I'd say, really, this is a deck that you can't just say, you know, you want a 1, 2, 3, 4 curve, which is, you know, pretty straightforward in what you're going to do with a lot of other decks. I would say, really just think about what you're playing against and how your curve is going to work, what you potentially want to look for. But I would say keep an emphasis on the champions for sure. I mean, they do help you win at the end. A lot of people don't like this deck because they think you need the champions to win. But realistically, you really don't. Nocturne is definitely a, you know, juiced up chonker at the end, giving all your units fearsome and just being able to, you know, give them the attack debuff. But you win a lot of games without him and without Diana as well, just because the Nightfall units themselves are so strong. You literally have a 3-mana 5/3 with Overwhelm. You have a Doom Beast that gives you reach, like dealing 2 damage. And, you know, that's even ignoring the fact that it heals you for 2 and keeps you in these longer games. You have the Priestess to invoke. It gets you really, really good Celestial cards to kind of carry you through the mid to late game. Even early game sometimes, stuff like the Serpent can just be good enough to get you there. And that's effectively the deck. You know, it's very, very solid. It's one that's difficult to play for sure, but it is a very rewarding list. So if you're looking for a deck to climb with that is a lot of fun and going to be rewarding as far as the learning process goes with it, I would definitely recommend this list. And if I want to seriously climb the Masters at any point in the next week or so, this will probably be the deck that I use. So anyways, enjoy the video, boys. Great deck. Again, check out Nick. He hit rank 1 with it. Cool deck. You know, definitely a great guy to watch his VODs with if you want to learn from some gameplay, in addition to the stuff that I have at the end of this one. And that's going to be about it. Enjoy the deck. I'll be back tomorrow with another fresh Call of the Mountains deck, and I will see you guys then. Have a great day. Adios, amigos. Leona Asol. Okay. This guy's going to be stunning us, and we're going to be trying to kill him. Dustbringer, Soldier, Doom Beast. I mean, this seems good. So Dustbringer is clearly really good early. I almost don't want to play the Soldier on 1 because I wanted to activate the Nightfalls. I think it's a good keep. Doom Beast isn't the most relevant early game card, but it is a good unit to have. Even like Fadings, I like. I think maybe just this. Feels weird. So much early game power. This is now like kind of an interesting turn. I think I go Dustbringer here, and I'm gonna go like Solari Soldier plus Stygian Onlooker next round. I really like 1/1 openers. I think they're super, super powerful, and this is one of like the strongest turn 2 boards you can have. And of course, he has a card that's a 3/6 into it, so my board is completely irrelevant now. Nice. I will still be able to push 5, so I think it's still worth it to do this, but I mean, it's kind of just bad. He just goes the Shield Bearer into the 4/1. 4/1 dies. Which, I mean, it's not great. Be honest, it's really not great, but it's not worst case scenario either. Is that the smell of a cute gamer? It might be, yeah. You're smelling yourself, Luker. I'm doing well. I can take out, yeah. It's good. Okay, Priestess is good. I want to play Diana next round, but I also kind of want to play Nocturne next round. It's a little bit weird. Diana is just too good next round, I think. Honestly. I feel like I'm just passing here. I don't care about anything he does. Kind of just irrelevant. Crescent, so I can go Dusk Petal, get the Crescent out, then play Diana. Seems good. I think that I like this more than just Nocturne here, honestly. Diana just being able to get value, clear the 3/2 off is so nice. Okay, buddy, you gotta relax. I think that's still the move. I mean, I could just Unspeakable Horror to clear the Shield Bearer, I guess, but it's kind of a wacky play. Not like a massive fan of it or anything, but I mean, it works. I guess actually, wait. If I did this first, I could have flipped her. That would have been better, right? If I had her flipped here, I think. Because then I could actually challenge the big thing. It's a little bit weird though, honestly. I'm not too sure. Because if it would clear it, then my 5/3 would do actual damage here. So I think I actually misplayed that round. Pretty sure I messed up. Okay. It's a flip Leona. Such a weird turn. I feel like I just played Doom Beast, not the Nocturne here. Because I don't want to give this vulnerable here. That's an action, so I can pass after this now. A Traveler, sure. I mean, it's a little bit better to make vulnerable, but it's still not insane. Maybe it's just the fact that they have lost attack that's good. I feel like that doesn't really matter though. I think I just go Doom Beast. It's worse before combat though. He's a I mean, maybe he, I don't think he ever really passes, but maybe he would if I passed here. Unlucky. I think I should just stop assuming all my opponents are bad. Because I figured he would just always attack and then my passer is good, so I could heal more with the Doom Beast, but the line that I took like ended up not being that great really. mean, that just seems like it's bait, honestly.
Even a full moon has a dark side.
Best way of playing is assuming you're playing against the world champion every game. I don't think it's really right. And you're gonna play around too much usually. I feel like should have like some healthy respect for your opponents usually, but I don't think you should always really give them a ton. Especially like this is like day 3 now, and I'm still like plat 3. So I mean, you're not playing against like the sweatiest players ever, right? The guys who are super, super good are usually diamond at this point. At least minimum diamond.
No more lies. I cannot turn
Can hush me, it should be pretty good for him.
be heard.
That challenge. Combat as well is pretty good. And it would make sense that he has some trick like that, but I mean, he's kind of just dying otherwise, so I think that it's okay that he's like playing the Guardian as a 5/5 there. No miscall, he's not playing SI. We're fine. Fading's pretty good. Confading the Traveler is pretty nice. That actually works like half the time for us. A little bit more maybe. I think I'd still pick the Traveler though. We're very close to lethal just with these. Living Legends is actually pretty good here. Honestly, it's not bad. It's a little bit greedy. Charger's just like usually straight up better. I haven't really played with this card though, so I kind of want to jam it. It's just fun. Okay. By Nocturne, you'll be missed. Rest in peace to that sweet prince. It's rain. I cannot play Cygnus to the Moonstalker, unfortunately. Actually, I can if I do that, right? Then I get Cygnus online. Ooh. Cosmic Inspiration is really good. I mean, I could just play the Cygnus thing and try and win, but the Inspiration is so fun to play with. I think I do the fun stuff. Let's do the fun stuff. Uh-oh. Can't actually do anything with that right now, though. I'm guaranteed to push 2 with the Charger. So I just go in with that, and then Doom Beast usually just gives us lethal. Well played, my friend. GG. Well, 4 fun cards are pretty good. And we played around Hush, so I mean, maybe actually a better line than just a straight up fun one. Dude, what the fuck are your logs? Holy shit. Holy dude. Oh my god. No updates on ladies, man. Nothing at all there. I'm gonna ASL again with probably okay. Look at his hard maul here. Stalking Shadows is really good though, so maybe I keep that. Rest can kind of go. Sure, Dustbringer can be played. That's fine on one. The Demacian one? Yeah, so Demacian one with the dragons that I played. That's for sure my favorite. It's just, I love decks like that seem like they're going to be really bad. And then they just surprise me and actually do super well. Some of my favorites. Okay. I mean, this hand is clearly not very good, I guess. Oh, followers. Can go double Stygian and onlooker here. It's kind of good. Super aggressive. I like it. Do I actually just get 10 damage from this? Jesus, dude. That's insane. Actually, is crazy. I could have even like fading memories and played another one. He'd be at 4 health right now. Absolutely broken. How does this overlay work? What do you mean?
The mountain speaks to those who listen. A nightmare for every mind.
We're not gonna talk about what just happened. Okay. we don't mention that. What we do is play this and then give the Nocturne Elusive and just win the game anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. And then unless he has Hush, we should win. It's also Hush twice, and we basically just beat the double Hush. Fine.
I do not believe it.
Did you not have lethal?
To me.
But we're very close. Quite a few missteps, honestly. If I played the Fadings and buffed the Stygian, I would just have lethal here, for example. That's one of the big ones. So yeah, the Hush, good to know. I don't think copying that was really worthwhile. Kind of have our card to see it. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a small tracker on the side. I don't use the Mobilytics one. I don't like it because you get too many ads and they don't pay me. It's perfectly fine application though, nothing wrong with it, honestly. It's just I don't get the money from it, so I don't want to use it basically because I don't want to make myself and you guys watch ads in between every single game. Because there's already a lot of advertisements on Twitch and I don't really want to make anybody watch more ads than necessary, I guess.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Yeah, perfectly good software though. I mean, it's nice because for you guys as viewers, you can see the overlay thing. And you do get a look at some of the cards, right? In a little bit of a nicer way, I'd say. But I just choose not to use it for basically just that reason. Okay. I mean, is there any way I don't want if I open? Yeah, I mean, he blocks 2, right? So Diana gets flipped. The problem is that Nocturne isn't gonna have his effect go off until he's leveled, right? So I can't make these units weaker here. I think the Diana here is good to play. I'm just trying to figure out what else I really want to do. I guess I can just do the Dusk Petal first, because it does activate the Nightfall. She's just like a solid unit that's gonna 1-for-1. That's ideally what we want to do there.
Yours is a light I cherish, Moon Sister.
Oh no. Sunburst. Oh no. What are we gonna do, boys? It's on a follower, so I can't make a copy of it. This doesn't really actually take an action, so I don't have to do too much here. That's fine, I guess. Just take it. I'm gonna want to play this, I think, though. Card. Present Guardian doesn't actually do a lot here. But it just likes to add another big card that can attack. I can just play it. The Ephemeral one to play. So Nocturne flips, he's a 6/4, and all my cards are fearsome. The fearsome part doesn't matter though. Nocturne is blocked by the 5/5.
No more hiding. Hilari, rise.
I love the level up on this. It's so nice. Nocturne's cool. He's like one of the only champs that I would actually play in League sometimes. Him and like Swain are the two ones. Swain I actually play a lot right now, but Nocturne I'll jam a little bit. Really fun like playing a mid and jungle. Gonna run shit. I got you, dog. Got you. Troll Chant. Oh man. Troll Chant's actually a pretty surprising card for me. It's one that I thought was just gonna be like mediocre, not that great, but like an okay option to use sometimes. And it's actually kind of proved itself to be quite a bit better than that. I really like it when cards just end up being a lot better than I expect, at least. Canada, do you guys play American football? I I did, for example, but it's not super popular as far as sports go. I don't even know if I want to play this. I don't really want to play the Solari Soldiers. I think I just Dusk Petal and play the 5-3 here. The big question is, like, would I just Stygian or would I, like, get a Shadestalker in play? And I guess the issue with the fadings is, like, I can't do it on the open.
Changes.
And this card's, like, not that good because it's only this turn that he gets the effect. So I guess it's more of just, like, a pass type of beat. We call soccer soccer. We call the hand egg football football in Canada. Because I got the Doom Beast, I can fading and Doom Beast twice. I just open attack and then I win with this. Such a broken card in this deck, man. It's one of the ones that I feel like people underrated a lot. And I mean, honestly, just like this type of archetype in general, I feel like people just said that Nocturne and Diana plus Nightfall just wouldn't make any sense. But it's just so much stronger than you'd really picture, I guess. It has so many opportunities to just be very explosive with cards like Stygian Onlooker. And I mean, you have a lot of draw with Cascade, the card you see right now. And, you know, just options like, well, one of the better cards is that Stalking Shadows is just insane as well for gas. Kind of just makes it a really, really solid deck, I think, with a lot of good options, especially being able to run the Priestess for the Invoke. This might actually just become my favorite deck, honestly. Fading Memories is in it. This is a card that I love, and it has a really solid home. It's a fast board-based aggro deck. Is it hard to get into? I don't think so, but I haven't been a new player for a long time. I think it's more difficult to get into than Hearthstone because you have to learn some new mechanics and it's not as straightforward. But I don't think it's difficult or anything like that. You guys keep Diana. Should be really, really good against Tarek and Fizz. I would never cheat on Teemo. Not me.
The journey is difficult. These will protect
I don't think I play this. I feel like I just save it for a Nightfall Activator. Onlooker's okay.
Remember my words.
I think the play here is to just save a spell mana to play Stalking Shadows into cards next rounds. Or it could just be like Solari Soldier into Diana, hold the shadows, because the Diana's just good, I think. Got a Game 7 win in Expeditions last night. Good stuff, dude. You playing Targon? I feel like if you just hit Asol in Expeditions, it's just over. you can't lose. The Invoke cards are just way too powerful, man. You just hard trap for that, and it's just actually just game. That sounds really weird now. But I like this first. Dustbringer, Doom Beast. Dustbringer makes the hand a lot easier to play, so I think I'm gonna pick this. I think that I like the Onlooker here. I like Diana.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth.
Okay, well, this is good. So I just play the... I guess I play the non-ephemeral one. No, I would play the ephemeral one. Because the non-ephemeral one's a good block from. Could even just be that this is a misplay here to play. I'm just getting 2 damage with it. It's a good Nightfall activator, but then the tokens are good Nightfall activators. I actually play the real one, I think.
peaceful.
I go Dusk Petal and I play Diana.
Temperamental as moonlight. Find your own light.
Okay.
In the darkness. Yours is a light I cherish.
Asol was meant to win after turn 10. Yeah, I mean, if you play Chad Alpha Male decks, he wins on turn 6 sometimes.
It's our time.
You know, good old wonderful Dragonless. I'd like to pull him out a little bit quicker. Dude, I was so surprised about Mind Splitter, man. I thought Mind Splitter would be good. I didn't think it would be complete trash, but the card is actually insane when I was playing with him. Such a good card. 8 mana, 8/8, just like stun 2 units permanently. It doesn't sound that good, but it's so difficult to deal with just big 8/8s in this game. You really don't run that many options to just have solid answers to them. Deck, I haven't updated the deck command, my bad.
Like a fish in water.
Okay, I can play the Soldier if we want. I'd rather have that on my attacking run though. I think I just go Dustbringer here and probably just jam the Guardian.
The promise of a new
I think we just want to play aggressive cards in most cases here. Sure, gem's good. Gems and Fizz is kind of a vibe, honestly. So we get the Diana flip, which is really nice next round. Soldier. I like just second Guardian this round, I think. What was the Tark Teemo deck that I just played? It was one that I got requested. I had like a deck requesting the channel points. And that was requested. That reminds me, I actually need to refund channel. She is so nice. I don't get the flip though, because I mean, we just flipped her, so she doesn't actually get the bonus of getting the extra attack.
My patience wanes.
Okay. Should still be fine.
You can't do this.
Nocturne's level is really big too. Like the earlier you have this, the better off you are. Because generally you actually want him to be leveled when you play him. Sure. I mean, that trade's fine for me. I don't really care about losing the Diana too much, to be honest. This guy's at 3 health, right? So we're just in a really good spot, I'd say. And I don't think we're swiding over the Hush is coming down. 6 mana for him. Like, yeah, it's good, but I still have 2 5/3s with Overwhelm, right? And he has to deal with that. And I'm not too sure exactly how he's going to do that. Maybe he plays like Tark and Fizz and 50 gems, but the thing is he just doesn't have the mana to really get away with doing that at this point in time. Wave Rider is good. This card's super sweet. It's a little bit expensive, but it's a 5-mana 4/4 with the tune and elusive. So it's honestly pretty good. The problem is like a lot of decks just have solid 5-drops already, so it's kind of difficult to go ahead and just jam them and be happy about it.